All right, today I'm going to be replacing the existing lining system of this PASGT helmet with the USMC lightweight helmet suspension system. This is the Generation 1 system. The Generation 2 is basically an ACH helmet, as you see here. This is the Generation 2 lightweight helmet. It uses the Velcro coins and the standard helmet pads that attach to the Velcro, although it does use the same chin strap as I will do in this modification. So what you're going to need is your PASGT helmet, preferably with all of the screws for the old system inside of it, because we're going to reuse those to secure this system, as well as the suspension system itself, which you'll see a lot of these on eBay with just this, but you need to make sure that you also have a headband, whether you want to reuse this leather one, which I'm sure is an option, but today I'm just going to be reusing, or actually using this new headband for the Generation 1 suspension system, as well as a chin strap. Make sure that all of these are the appropriate size. As you can see here, medium, large. As you can see here, large. And as you can see here, large, because this is a size large PASGT, so make sure all of these line up. So what we're going to do is strip this of its current hardware, which is kind of set up as a parachutist configuration with the bump pad in the back, the impact foam liner, which my first video I posted was on installing these, and as well as these straps that come back here that make it more of a 3-point harness to secure when jumping out of the plane. So we're going to strip all this, strip the cover, and strip our NVG setup here. Make sure to hang on to all of your hardware, as I said. Sometimes it's a little tricky to get these screws out when they've been painted over. As you can see, this is likely a SWAT surplus helmet because it's painted black. So whenever you are removing these screws for the first time when they've been painted over, you do have to kind of crack past that paint layer. But don't worry, it's not going to harm the Kevlar. I think I'm going to just leave these in because we don't need them for our new harness system. All I'm going to do is just cut these straps, because this chin strap is going to be removed. And like I said, neither of these screws on either side down here are necessary for our suspension system. So that's probably just what I'm going to do, since I'm having a little trouble getting this one out. So I'm having a really tough time getting this last screw out up here, and I don't want to strip it. So I think I'm gonna cut this harness out since I don't need it here, and see if I can loosen it from this side. All right, still not working, so we're gonna break out the penetrating oil, which is questionable on Kevlar, but I would rather get this out than worry about that. So do this next step at your own risk. That was tough. So heads up on that. I'm going to get a wet rag and clean off the areas that I used the penetrating oil. All right, now that we're clean, like I said, I'm thinking about just cutting these out from the inside because we're not gonna need to attach anything to those. All right, we don't have to get those super clean because I'm gonna be using a helmet cover, and that's just gonna cover this area up anyways. If you really wanna get those out more thoroughly, you can do that. I might eventually, just so this isn't rattling as much, but doesn't matter to me at this moment. All right, so we're all clear now. We're gonna make a little bit of a sandwich with our screw end, and then into our chin strap, and then into our hole. Screw on the other side, and then we're gonna tighten by hand. And then work our way around the rest of the way. Make sure that your chin strap is between your suspension system and the helmet. So it should look like this now, where we have the front and back. It's only the suspension system, and then these four corners will be helmet, chin strap, suspension system, keeper. I should mention, since I am going to be putting the NVG bracket back on, I'm going to actually leave this off for now. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the liner in. Again, if you really want to use the old leather one, that should work. I'm just going with the better and new one, which this one's secured by Velcros instead of these little metal fasteners here. And up and back. All right, I think we're ready to put our cover back on since we've done everything we need to there. I find it easier to start at the front here. I think one thing that's worth mentioning with the covers is the old chin strap used to go right here and it would loop through this hole there. But because of the new orientation of this, you don't really have to worry about feeding that through at all. Okay, now that we have this roughly into place, we're gonna line up the front slit here with our NVG bracket hole and front mount. You can remove this ratchet system if you really want to. I think it's worth leaving on because these are not super cheap, and it also allows me to attach a counterweight system or whatever if I wanted to in the future. But I think it just looks cool in the first place, which is the most important part of any gear decision, of course. All right, well, that should do it for the modification. I'm gonna have to get this fitted to my massive head, and we'll see how it works. All right, well, there you have it. A somewhat cheap way to make a PASGT a little bit more modern and secure with the 4-point chin strap. I believe I spent $20 on this chin strap. I got it new. Some of the used ones on eBay looked pretty rough and grimy. And this is the spot that's gonna be touching my precious skin. And then I bought the suspension system and the helmet liner for probably, I don't know, 10 bucks maybe. So in all, it was maybe a $30 to $40 project to modernize this a little bit. I think it turned out great. It's way more comfortable, way more secure. And this circular pad on the inside just distributes the load so much better than the original. Let me grab that. I tossed that in the garbage, but I'll show it here one more time. Distributes the load way more comfortably than this little octopus of pain. There you have it. I believe you could still even throw these in there if you wanted to. It's not really going to increase the comfort, but it's going to make it so if the suspension system fails, your head isn't hitting hard Kevlar. At least there's a 1/4 inch of foam or whatever your head will bang against. I could even throw this back in there if I wanted to. This thing honestly is pretty comfortable. But there you have it. The Generation 1 USMC lightweight helmet suspension system installed into a police surplus PASGT.